Hello, this is Mr. K again. Welcome to part 6, the axle peg. Open up Inventor and start a new part. Okay, on this one we're going to be creating the axle peg, and it's very similar to the other ones, except for this one, we have to imagine what it would look like when it was cut away. So we're going to try to create that half cut away shape so that it can we can revolve around it. This time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to be able to see it coming towards me, and so I'm going to use my YZ plane, and I'm going to just try to create that shape. I'm going to use the line tool, and I'm going to draw that center line. This is going to be the line that everything revolves around, and I'm just going to set it down here and try to create, making sure everything's at 90 degrees right angles with each other. Try to create that shape, and then I'm going to dimension it as we go along. And this last part will be the arc here. I don't know what that arc is yet, so I'll come back and dimension that afterwards. So there's basically the outline. So now we're going to come back in and we're going to do some dimensioning. We know that this little bitty shoulder right here is going to be 0.031. And you'll notice everything changes, and because it tries to accommodate all of your, keep it all within a ratio. It doesn't have to do that. We just figure out which piece is which. This center line here is going to be 1 inch. So that'll be 1. The radius here is going to be half the diameter. And so the diameter is 1/4, which is 0.25. So 0.125, which is half of 0.25. This top piece here has a diameter of 0.25. So this one also is 0.125. So those two should be the same. And then we need to figure out what is from here to the center point. And this is that large shoulder. What is its diameter? And so we're actually looking for the radius. The diameter, if you look on here, is 0.422. So I'm going to say 0.422 divided by 2, which is 211. So 0.211. And that's really starting to look the right shape. So now we're going to choose dimension this one. We're going to have to do a little math with it. It's going to be the length of the shaft plus the height of that extra piece on top. So it's going to be 1 plus 0.125. The final thing is the dimension of the arc. Set her down, and it's going to be, the surface radius is 0.236. 0.236 when you have it all lined out, and you'll notice it's now coincident with the rest of this. So we're going to finish our sketch, revolve. I already chose the surface. All we need to do is choose the axis, and there it is, twisted around. Okay. I'm going to try to create the threading on here. There's a tool up here that says thread, and what it will do is it will create the thread for me. I need to choose the face, which is going to be this face, And if this works correct, we don't want it to be full length. We want it to be offset by 0.25. And you'll notice it's on the wrong side here. So I'm going to see if I can't flip it around. Hit cancel. And I'm going to turn the whole thing around. Thread. Choose this face. Offset 0.25. Cancel. Try it this way. Thread, face, 0.25. There it is. It has to do with which direction the piece is pointing towards you. And so all you have to do is spin it around until you get it facing the right direction, and then the unthreaded part will be in the right spot. We need to chamfer the bottom here, and so I'm going to use chamfer. I'm going to choose my edge. It's going to be that edge, and that's way too much of a chamfer. It says that it's supposed to be 0.03. 0.03. And the last thing we need to do is put in the hex hole at the top. To do that, we're going to start a new sketch on this surface. And then where it says rectangle, well, we don't want it to be a rectangle. We need it to be, if I click on the down arrow, we need it to be a polygon. And that polygon needs to have 6 sides, which is the default. I'm going to start green is good. I'm going to start pulling it out. And I want to type in the, it's 5/30 seconds across the flats. So I'm just going to set it down anywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. I don't want to have it lined up on that circle. So I actually want to go past that. I'm going to say done. And then I need to dimension across the flats. And to do that, it says it's supposed to be 5/30 seconds. 5 divided by 32, that's 5/30 seconds. And there it is, and it's automatically set up the right way. We could turn it a little bit if you wanted to. I'm going to choose the coincidence and line it up with the center, lock it in place, make it look a little more neat. Finish my sketch, extrude it, want it to go the other direction, and I only want it to go down 0.111. Okay, and there it is. Click on home. Probably want to put some color on it because it's going to be inside of the wheel and we're going to see it. I think this surface here, I really want to do a little bit of a change here. That looks cool. I like that. I don't want the whole thing. I just want the surfaces. So I'm going to hold down my control button because otherwise it just changes from each one. So if I hold down the control button, I can choose multiple surfaces. And so there is all what's showing. That makes me happy. You could do the whole thing if you wanted to, but that makes me happy. I'm going to say okay, and make sure you save it in the right spot.